Welcome to Atmosphere SmartFlows. Each flow is made up of actions or building blocks configured to address your specific business needs. Variables can be used during action configuration as placeholders for specific data points. Whether you are creating a message, including business logic in your flow, or receiving data from an external system, variables can make your life easier and improve your customer's experience. Let's explore where you can find variables and how you might use them in a flow. In this example flow, we have an incoming call, an audio message, an external web call, and an outgoing SMS. Let's start with the play audio action. Any action with audio capabilities can potentially include variables. Variables are found in the configurations panel on the right of the flow editor when an action is selected. Click on the Play Audio action, and the configurations panel automatically updates. When you click Configure Audio, the audio settings pop-up appears. At the top of the window is the Available Variables drop-down. Both system-wide variables and variables unique to your flow appear in the Available Variables section. System-wide variables are date and time placeholders. These could be used behind the scenes in flow routing logic for holidays or after hours, or in customer-facing messages, like letting a caller know their most current account balance. Variables unique to your flow depend on the actions and configurations included in the flow and the order of those actions. You can drag and drop the available variables into your audio message via the text box on the right. In this example, we'll use the date system-wide variable in a text-to-speech message. Now let's move over to the external web call action. When you click on the external web call action, the configuration panel is automatically updated. The available variables section includes the same system-wide and flow-specific variables found on the audio settings pop-up. You can also create new variables in the response variable section. Using an external web call, you can query a database for information and create variables to automatically add that information to messages or logic later on in your flow. In this example, we'll add the first name variable so that we can include the name associated with the caller's phone number in a customized message. Now let's move over to the Send SMS action. When you click on the Send SMS action, the configuration panel is automatically updated. The Available Variables section includes the same system-wide and flow-specific variables. But since this follows the external web call action, if we scroll down, we'll see new variables related to our web call are now available too. Within the Input section, some variables are already included by default. Annie is already added to the Send To field, and Dennis is in the Send From field, but they can be changed if you want to use different numbers. In this example, we'll also use the first name variable we created in our external web call action by dragging it from the Available Variables section and dropping it into the message field to customize our SMS. These are just 3 examples of how you could use variables within a flow, but there are tons of possibilities for creating and using variables. When you're incorporating your own variables into a flow, here are a few things to keep in mind. Variables that you create will only appear in the Available Variables sections for actions downstream. In our example, the external web call variables won't appear for the Play Audio action because it comes prior in the flow. But they do show up for the Send SMS action, which comes after. Actions must be joined by connectors to show available variables. In our example, if we drop another Send SMS action onto the board, but don't connect it to anything, the Available Variables section will be blank. But after you add a connector, all of the expected variables appear. If you create a new variable or rename an existing variable, do not include any spaces or underscores. For example, if you add a new variable with a space via the Set action, once you hit Add Save, the space will automatically be removed. If you rename an existing variable, you must manually update the variable anywhere it's referenced. For example, if you use a customer ID variable throughout your flow, and later decide to change to customer number instead. Everywhere the customer ID variable is used won't automatically update to customer number. Now that you've learned a little bit about using variables, you're ready to include them in your own flows. For more information about SmartFlows or other IntelePeer products, check out our platform documentation.